It was once said where the story isn't good unless its characters are good. And I'd have to agree. The whole point of a series is to make its characters extremely likable and dislikable, so it's kind of a mix. And the characters don't have to carry the story sometimes, but the plot also has to be good. If both can't carry each other, then it won't work. And if the series won't succeed unless it has a successful, both good plot and characters. If it misses either of those, then it's not going to be as good. And this series, oh boy, this series manages to somehow screw up one of those things. You might all know about the plot, the plot of a story. It's meant to be adventurous or interesting or something that will suck the person watching in to get them to be interested in these characters in the first place. If you want characters to carry a series or a story, that's fine. But that's only if you start them off good. And this series heavily relies on the plot. And the plot is extremely predictable. I can't believe that this series I became so invested in that I literally spent an entire day watching episodes. I didn't do almost anything else that day. I thought it was going to end with the ending that I wanted it to end with, and not what I predicted it was going to be. And when it did what I predicted, oh boy, it screwed it up bad. Oh Lord, it was so bad. That's all I can really say, not diving into spoilers. So, yeah, I'm gonna continue this whole review thing with like a 5-second countdown on spoilers. If you're not gone within the next 5 seconds, things for this story will be spoiled, because literally the description kind of just tells the whole story. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the story. What's the concept? Well, a guy and a girl meet each other. They then quickly learn that each other are friends with the person they're interested in. Like, the girl is friends with another girl that the guy likes, and the guy is friends with another guy who the girl likes. And they made an agreement to work together to win over their friends' hearts. And after that, then, just get them together. And this falls under the most stupid category ever. The two people agree on something for something where they're trying to get with different people, and in the end, they will get together with each other. That concept could almost become a cliche because of how often it happens. Like, it's so common in these types of stories where they have disagreements or hatred towards each other, and by the end, even though they literally have almost nothing that should have made them feel that way, it happens. They somehow magically start feeling emotions for each other. Basically, yeah, that's basically the whole concept of this entire show. Like, this whole show, the show that people should know as the name Toradora, I don't even know what that means. It did a story that literally, before I even watched the show, when I read the description, I literally joked about it saying, next thing you're gonna tell me they're gonna end up together in the end. It doesn't make much sense, but they somehow will. They do! There's almost no build-up to it. In fact, compared to build-up from other things, there's not that much. There's like a few episodes of build-up. And in general, I just don't think that was that great an idea. Because you see, with the male character, the person he's trying to get with, he's had a crush on since middle school. And magically, he suddenly forgets all those feelings he had for her. For this person he's only known for like about a couple of months. And even though they're very close and they get to hang out all the time, the guy he hangs out with for months, it never really felt like a love relationship to me. It kind of felt more like a father, daughter, brother, sister type thing. I never once thought, you know what, these two belong together. That never crossed my mind. Never did I ever think that. And the show apparently thought, you know what, these people, they treat more like siblings or family, but instead we're gonna treat them like they're lovers. What? You're joking, right? That has got to be the stupidest thing. And oh lord, if it was just a few months, I would have been able to accept it a bit more. But after that happened, there are about 24 episodes out of 26, which was actually 25. The 26 was an OVA. But the 25 episodes that were there, it was announced in episode 24, the main character liked the girl. I would say names, but I suck at names because Japanese versions of English names, yada yada yada, it's all really weird to me. They're really hard to remember half the time. I literally, when it happened, after he was asked if he likes her, and he said, yeah, I love her, I literally paused the episode and then continued to just shout just two words that one was not appropriate, the other was just me like going like, I called it. And basically it's just so annoying. This series, I had so much fun watching these characters work with each other. I was so looking forward to seeing what was gonna happen, and I was praying that the romance between those two was never gonna happen, because it just didn't fit. And then the show continued with the final episode to say, yeah, it actually does. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It didn't work. I hated it. I absolutely loved the way it started. And I was actually rooting for the main character and the girl for them. I was rooting for them, going like, yeah, you guys will finally get those people. You guys could do this. And when they fell for each other, I'm sure other people were like, "Aww," but to me, I just thought, what the frick? Like, what? No, that's not how I wanted it to go. I wanted it to end with these characters getting what they wanted to achieve, not what the story wanted them to achieve. This is why I say the plot isn't good here. The plot drives the characters. Unless the characters have enough personality on their own to make them last, which half the time it's a little harder to tell because the main character is basically just, his only huge characteristic is that he loves cleaning. That's his basic characteristic. That they obviously needed a plot to stay interesting for most of the characters. It's just, the plot just ruined the characters. I was not expecting the studio suddenly to be like, oh yeah, we love each other now. With the Christmas special that's in it, or the Christmas-based one. That one is one episode, magically just saying, you know what, nope, they're in love now. It's literally this entire thing where these characters are just so pathetic. I wanted this series to be so good. The characters were fun for the most part, and while the protagonist was not as interesting as he could have been, he had potential. I really thought he could have done something. But no. He did absolutely nothing that really deserved of what he got in the end. A girlfriend who just happens to be in love with him, who also happens to be the person he teamed up with, who happens to be in love with him, which even doesn't make any sense, because basically, beyond him feeding her like a father, they don't really have much chemistry. I'm sure people who are fans of this show will obviously try to come to its defense, going like, "No, you're wrong! No, I disagree with everything you're saying! No, it was romantic for those two to get together!" I don't care. I hated it. I predicted where it was gonna go before it happened. Literally, I paused the episode right on episode 24 after he said, "Yeah, I love her." And I continued to just talk to myself in anger and frustration, thinking of what I was going to say for this video. Because it was so stupid. The idea, I literally talked for like 30 minutes just to myself saying how stupid this was. And I really just wish that this was not the route they went. I literally was quite upset when the male character, like the main character, why did I say male character? Main character is chasing after the other, I guess the girl is also the other main protagonist. I just don't want to give him the same name. While he and his romantic interest in the story were chasing after her, his romantic interest also said that she loved him, but then he just completely blew her off, not even really blushing that much. And was just like, "Yeah, I like, you were my crush for the longest time. But I know this person for half that time, but I love him more." What? 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 It doesn't make any sense. This was just so dumb. All I wanted was a fun story where two people teamed up to win each other their own crushes and just have fun and move on. This series was so much fun to start. For the beginning and middle, I had a lot of fun. But the way it ended just disappointed me so hard that I just wish that whole idea, that twist that I saw coming before I even watched the dang series happened. I wish the plot twist never happened. I wish it never happened. I wish that those two would just get together with the people they wanted to and then just actually have a happy ending for everybody. But no, we have to throw in a predictable, dumb-up plot twist that everyone who read the description of the show could see coming. I'm sorry. This just, it ruined the show for me. Just like how the ending of The Legend of Korra ruined Korra for me, this show's big plot twist romance thing ruined it for me. I generally didn't like it. I really, really disliked that. And the series has now become unwatchable to me. I can't even watch it a second time because I hate how it ended. Even if a season 2 comes out, I might not even watch it. Because I never felt a romance between these characters. And the fact that they're just saying, yeah, we built up to this for a few episodes, but after that, nah, they're in love now. It's so dumb. Whatever, though. Nobody cares what I think. Everybody thinks, hey, this guy's a Minecraft gaming YouTuber. Nobody cares that he does reviews on animes, because who would freaking care? He's just a nerdy idiot who thinks animes are fun. And they're the only thing that give him any happiness in life right now, because he doesn't have a life. But in general, I wanted to like this. I really did. But a plot twist I saw coming literally from the start, before I even watched the show, it ruined it. This has basically become a cliche with these storylines. The two characters work together, but then in the end realize, oh no, we're made for each other. I hate it. And I will forever hate that storyline if they don't change it up. Because if it actually ended with them getting with their respected people, I would have literally applauded this show, given it a 5 out of 5, would always recommend it, would literally rewatch it over and over again. But again, I'm just a rambling Minecraft YouTuber who plays around with games and apparently doesn't know half the stuff about anime because he's an idiot. Nobody cares what I have to say. I wish that people would give respect to those of us who are just people trying to get by, wanting to share our opinions in the world and move along. I want to do these reviews, these anime reviews, not because I think they'll bring in views, because I want to do them. But the dumb butt YouTube algorithms don't even recommend them because they're just some dumb butt reviews of animes. And I've literally spent like 15 minutes complaining about that one dang scene. Whatever. I'm JG Crafter. Thanks for those few of you, probably like the 10 of you, for tuning in. I'm signing off. Going back to watching anime and feeling a little bit of happiness in my miserable life. And I'll see you around. Peace.